Welcome to Onslow County today and welcome to 2023. We have a wonderful slate of guests, all with some terrific tips and tricks for starting the new year, some opportunities for gratitude and thank yous, and some opportunities to learn something new. We have some great guests who are going to be talking with us. We're going to visit with Sharmini Clark, who's here at the Onslow County Senior Center with our Adult Daycare Center. We'll also talk with Lisa Railing-Mobley with some wonderful evidence-based classes, ways to improve your balance, nutrition, all kinds of opportunities there. We'll also visit with our Onslow County Health Department team. We'll talk with Matt Mano about making some small changes as we start the new year for a healthier, happier you. We'll also talk with Brandy Quinn from the Health Department about cervical cancer screening and prevention. Then we'll visit with Erin Mortensen from the Onslow County Public Library. Erin's going to give us some ideas about some new programs going on at the library this new year. We'll visit with, of course, our wonderful friends from the Onslow County Department of Social Services with a message of thank you. And we'll also talk with Sarah Ware from Onslow County Cooperative Extension. Again, new classes, new things to learn in the new year. We're so glad you're joining us in 2023 for Onslow County Today. Welcome back to Onslow County Today, and joining us now is a new friend to Onslow County Today, but not a new friend to us. This is Sharmini Clark with Onslow County Senior Services. Sharmini, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Sharmini, you and I got to know each other a couple of years ago here at Senior Services and learning what you do, but your position now is something that I can't imagine a better person more suited with a better heart for what you do. And we're going to talk about your New Life Enrichment Center, the adult daycare program. First thing I'd love to know is explain why the adult daycare program, the New Life Enrichment Center, is such a vital part of senior services.
Well, the services that we provide are very necessary for the community. While people are having to work longer, they need something to do with their elderly family member. So during the daytime, you can bring your mom or your grandmother to come during the day while you continue to pursue employment opportunities or go back to school, or just a day to go shopping or what have you. Your family member can stay during the daytime. It's a safe environment. It's a supervised and supervised care by state certified CNAs, and we provide nutritious lunch, structured activities. We're open from 7:30 to 5 p.m.
You know, and I want to kind of touch on each of those things that you brought up. First and foremost, we all hope that as we have aging family members, that they can age in place with us, whether it's a parent or an aunt who we love and care for, whatever that family member, a spouse that might be. We want to be able to, as long as possible, keep them with us if we're able to. But it's hard, right? I mean, I'm sure you talk to lots of family members who value the service you have just to give them a moment for self-care.
Absolutely. Our service, it provides an alternative to long-term care. Sometimes people have to resort to long-term care because they just need a break. Right. However, with them being able to bring their family members here during the daytime, it provides them with a much needed break while they're still able to be with their family members.
Well, I think that you all serve as extended family, don't you?
We do.
You're sort of family too.
We are.
In terms of the care for that person, you mentioned 7:30 until 5.
That's correct.
Is there any limitation? Can they be here Monday through Friday? Those hours?
They can. We're open Monday through Friday. They do not have to stay the whole time.
Okay.
They can come on a part-time or a full-time basis.
Okay.
So if you just need a couple hours just to go grocery shop, you can do that. However, if you also need to go to work, we're available for that as well.
Now, how about in terms of the process? If I were interested, if I had a family member who I thought would really benefit from this service, what's the actual process to apply, and how do we have a family member who would be part of this program?
Well, the main thing is we do encourage that the family member and the applicant come in to do a tour. We do require also that a completed physical form be completed by the primary care provider, and there's other paperwork as well. And if someone would like more information, they can give me a call at 910-989-3007.
Fantastic. Now, you kind of get through that application process. We're accepted in. When you talk about structured activities, of course, we've just kind of gotten through the holiday season, so I know you all did some really fun things. Talk a little bit about sort of what you do through the year.
Okay, we do seasonal activities, as well as we do reminiscing, we do music, sing-alongs, we do arts and craft, bingo, we do walks. It's important to stay active, so we walk also.
And so it's not just in a room, right? And maybe the television on. This is something that you're very engaged. Mm-hmm. Is there a limit, or is there a maximum number of folks that are in the daycare at any given time?
We can accompany up to 24 individuals.
Okay, so 24, but that also then gives people an opportunity for fellowship and companionship as well.
Absolutely.
As you sort of reflect on your service with the New Life Enrichment Center, with your folks who are, as we've talked about, your extended family, what are some of the things that you've heard from family members about what this means to them?
I've had people to come in tears, or I've had people just not knowing that the service was available, but knowing that they need something.
Right.
Or I've also had people saying that they were regretting that the fact that they would have to put them into long-term care, or that they may have not had the funds to have someone to come into the home mm-hmm. and pay them hourly. So it means a lot for them to be able to bring them in during the daytime.
Well, I think that sense of comfort with you, I mean, I know that they feel that when they, come in the door, and with the center here, and we do, we talk a lot about parenting guilt when we go back to work, mommy guilt, but there's also guilt associated with caring for an elderly loved one as well.
Absolutely, especially as you're trying to balance life and family. Even though your loved ones, they're your family, you still have other responsibilities and things like that. So the balancing can be a little extraordinary. Right now, we're having people that just to go out to Christmas shop is difficult.
Right. So just to be able to do have those extra moments. But we also know, we've spoken with senior services before. We also know the stress that being a long-term caregiver can take on that caregiver.
Absolutely, and it's very important to get that self-care. So part of self-care is that the caregiver gets some time to themselves, mm-hmm. Because sometimes we do notice that there is caregiver burnout.
Oh, for sure. Mm-hmm. And that respite makes you a better provider.
It does.
You a better provider.
It does.
In terms of the folks that are here who are part of your program, I would love for you to just take a moment and reflect on what it's meant to you to be able to serve that population, that community?
I think that the population of people that I serve are the people that can sometimes be forgotten about. Our elderly people that are typically at home alone, that do not get out and about, but being that they can come somewhere, they can have time to be with people that are around their age, socializing, reminiscing, someone that talked to them on their own level about experiences that they've had. Sometimes, even as for myself, as my parent is aging, sometimes I cannot relate to my parent. As much as I love my mother, there's things that I don't know because I just can't relate to her. So for the seniors that come here, being able to have someone to relate to means a lot to them. And a lot of the participants that come, they are people who have some cognitive disorders. Maybe they have dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson, different things like that. Those are not the only people that come, but those are a lot of what we deal with. Sure. And it's just a blessing to see. No day is typical. Every day is different, and it's just exciting.
Well, we are so grateful. I know your families appreciate having you and your team members here. And also, as you said, this opportunity to be with peers who have shared experiences and memories. What a special gift it is for our community. We would love one more time for you to just give us your telephone number so that folks who are watching may have questions and want to say, I need to talk to Sharmini. What a wonderful program this is.
Yes. And our number is 910-989-3007. And I'll be more than happy to speak to someone concerning our great program.
Well, we are grateful for your time, and we're so grateful for what you do for our families here.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
Welcome back to Onslow County Today, and joining us is our friend Lisa Railing-Mobley with Onslow County Senior Services. Lisa, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I hope that you have had a wonderful holiday season.
Yes, ma'am.
And here we are ready to start a new year.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have got a whole stack of awesome classes.
Yes, ma'am, we do.
For our senior community. The first thing is, as we start a new year, we want to make sure that people realize who has access to senior services in this wonderful facility and your awesome team here.
Anybody over the age of 55 and older.
Okay.
Has access to our senior center and to our evidence-based classes.
And when we talk about those classes, I mean, it ranges, and the whole idea is we say senior services, we say, you know, this program is for those who are of a certain age, but it's the idea that we age gracefully and as healthy as we can absolutely be.
Yes, ma'am.
And you all have some cool things. I know one of the things, because this is something, you know, we've talked about within our family, is type 2 diabetes.
Yes, ma'am.
And what that looks like, because so much of it is lifestyle. So let's talk about, first and foremost, your class on living with diabetes.
Yes, ma'am. We do offer a Living Healthy with Diabetes class. It is a 6-week course. We meet every Monday for 6 weeks. That class is going to start January 23rd. Okay. And in that class, we go over how to manage and live with diabetes.
You know, when we think about our grandparents, and I can remember very vividly my grandmother saying, "Oh, she's got sugar."
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
That's what we hear.
We hear that. And so much of it is about we can make differences in our nutrition, our food choices, exercise. Are these things that you all are going to cover in that 6-week course?
Yes, ma'am. We're going to go over lifestyle changes, meal planning, portion control, serving sizes, exercises, how to maintain your diabetes, how to check your sugar, the importance of checking your sugar, the importance of going to your provider, and education.
Well, you know, so much, you know, with type 2 diabetes especially, you can really see some dramatic changes once you start making just these little sort of tweaks daily.
Yes, ma'am. Just making that lifestyle change, you can see such an improvement.
And you know, sometimes people don't realize the long-term ramifications. If not, I mean, it affects not just, I mean, it affects your vision. It affects your blood pressure. I mean, everything is impacted.
Exactly. It affects your vision. It affects your, you can get a thing called neuropathy. There's a lot of different outcomes that could affect your diabetes.
And so with the 6-week course, here's an opportunity to learn how to make those daily changes.
Yes, ma'am. And you're also in a class with other individuals that are dealing and suffering with the same disease that you have.
Well, that sort of empathy for one another,
yes,
and being able to share. But also, I think sometimes you find out little helpful hints.
You do.
know, maybe I substitute, you know, unsweetened tea for my usual Coke, right? So making those and they can share ideas as well.
Correct.
So we were living with diabetes first, 6 weeks. Is there a fee to participate?
No, ma'am. All of our evidence-based classes are free.
Okay.
You get all the materials, the books, anything that goes along with that class is free to the participant.
Fantastic. So what's up next? Where we've got that class out of the way.
We offer our bingo size, which our seniors here love. We meet every Tuesday and Thursday beginning in January. We're going to begin January 10th.
Okay.
We go for 10 weeks.
Okay.
And we actually do bingo.
Okay.
Exercise.
Okay.
And trivia.
So bingo, exercise, and trivia.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I have been in this building during bingo.
Yes, ma'am.
That is a hardcore competitive sport. It should be an Olympic sport over here.
Yes, ma'am.
So you've taken that and you've bundled it with exercising and with trivia?
Yes, ma'am.
10 weeks.
10 weeks. We meet twice a week for 10 weeks.
Okay.
We dance, we have fun, you get prizes, and you're also getting up and moving, which is our main goal, is we want you to get up and move.
All
we
right.
want you to exercise. And it's not hard exercises, but we want you to get your blood flowing, get that heart rate up. Because some of our seniors don't move at all. So getting them up out of the chair, moving, is a good thing.
So mixing together this fun bingo competition with the idea of movement, what a great idea.
Yes, ma'am.
And so Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
All right.
And that's from 10 to 11.
10 to 11. All right. I have to ask, are there prizes?
There is prizes.
Okay.
And they are very good prizes.
Awesome. All right. So we're bingo sizing.
We're bingo sizing.
And then what are we doing?
We're going to do Matter of Balance, which meets on Wednesdays beginning on January 11th. And that class meets for 8 weeks, from 9 to 11. And that class goes over teaching people how to prevent falls, how to make their home safe, how to get up from a fall, having our medical alerts, having our cell phones with us, and how to make our home safe for our seniors.
You know, I know that one of the worries, those of us who have, you know, older loved ones, if they're home by themselves, that's a tremendous fear.
It is. It is a tremendous fear because if you have a fall, who's going to get me up? How am I going to call 911? Having that emergency person check on you daily, having that emergency system set up for that senior.
And it's, again, small tweaks we can make in our home, placement of furniture.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody loves a throw rug.
Yes, ma'am, and they're the worst things for a senior in their home.
Right.
Most of our falls happen in our bathroom, so we go over how to make your bathroom safe.
Okay.
Adding grab bars, using a shower bench or a chair, stuff like that.
You know, you were a tremendous asset as we were preparing to bring my father home from major surgery, and we talked about how do we make the house as safe as possible. So these classes are not just for necessarily the senior, but the resources that you offer are tremendous.
Yes, ma'am. Our classes are not just for the senior. If you're a caregiver and you want to get information, give us a call. We'd be more than happy to provide you that information. You can come to the evidence-based classes with your loved one to get that information. Even if you're not suffering from diabetes, your loved one might be suffering from diabetes.
Right.
So you can take our classes to get that knowledge and that education.
Because it really is about that partnership.
It is, so you can be a better caregiver.
So the family, and then knowing that you all are here.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that is fantastic. Again, simple things around the home, but also spatial awareness.
Yes, ma'am. Little things can make such a big difference.
Okay, so tell us again when A Matter of Balance begins.
Matter of Balance begins January 11th through February 22nd, and that's going to be every Wednesday for 8 weeks.
Every Wednesday for 8 weeks. Okay, and next
we have our Tai Chi. Everybody loves Tai Chi.
What a beautiful thing to bring to Onslow County. Tell us about Tai Chi class.
Tai Chi is from the Arthritis Foundation, and it's geared towards anybody living with arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis. It's very elegant movements, and that class meets for 10 weeks on Tuesdays from 8 to 9.
8 to 9 on Tuesdays.
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Tai Chi class.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it always indoors, or do you ever take it outside?
When the weather is nice, we can take it outside.
Oh, neat. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, what a beautiful, again, these rhythmic movements and keeping our joints and our muscles,
yes, ma'am,
you know, as fluid as they can be. All right. So Tai Chi class, and then last or not quite, our
Walk with Ease. Walk with Ease will meet on Monday starting January 9th through February 17th. Walk with Ease is a group class. We do have our fitness instructor that teaches that class, and it teaches camaraderie. It gets people up out of their chairs, moving, walking. It shows the importance of movement and walking. So that is a very good class as well.
And it's the most fundamental exercise we can all do.
It is.
So we take a little walk, a constitutional, a little evening constitutional, but also you have this, as you said, camaraderie. You can chat and walk, and that's supposed to be a measure of how you're walking as well, right?
Yes, ma'am, and it comes to be a competition because everybody wants to get the most steps. So whoever gets the most steps gets prizes.
This is the most competitive building I have been in.
It is very competitive.
But you have good prizes.
We do have good prizes.
Now, if anybody is interested in any of these classes, registering themselves or a loved one, how can we best reach you all?
The best thing to do is give us a call. Our number is 455-2747. All of our evidence-based classes, you do need to register for them.
For sure.
So give us a call so we can get you on the list to attend the classes. And we're located at 4024 Richlands Highway in Jacksonville.
Well, also, anybody who walks in this building, and you know how I feel about all of your folks over here, you just are welcomed from the very beginning, from the front door throughout the building, and you all make people feel safe and happy and healthy, and thank you for bringing that to us.
Thank you. And if anybody's interested in coming to get a tour to show what Senior Services has to offer, we have a lot of classes, a lot of activities, a lot of things going on throughout the day that a lot of people don't know about. So if you have a loved one or a senior that's interested in attending our senior center, feel free to stop by and we'd be more than happy to give you a tour.
Well, thank you for that invitation. We appreciate it, Lisa, and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Onslow County Today, and joining us now is Matt Mano from the Onslow County Health Department.
Hello.
Matt, thanks for being here.
It's great to be here.
Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year to you.
So Matt, we all know we've come off the holidays.
Yes, we have.
There was a lot of cookies.
Calories count now. They didn't in Christmas.
They don't count.
Yeah, that's what they
Because,
say.
but even Santa has to make some new choices
That's
for the
right.
new year.
This is, of course, the time. Everybody's going to set their resolutions.
Right, that magically, when that clock strikes midnight, I'm going to change everything that I do.
That's right. The snap of a finger.
No Oreos, tofu.
That's yes.
Right?
Or maybe instead of the cream filling, you put tofu in between.
We'll talk. So, the Onslow County Health Department, your mantra, your mission, your raison d'etre is to keep the healthy healthy.
Yes.
And you have some great tips so that we don't go into 23 having emptied out our pantry, thrown everything away.
Absolutely.
Put a scale by the front door and got my, elliptical and
Yep.
my, it's all in the living room, right?
Yes.
You're going to help us pace ourselves.
For sure. That's what we need to do. Everybody thinks, I got this resolution, and so many times we don't want to fail, and so many times we end up failing.
And even the mindset of, I failed, so I can't.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, you think, all right, it didn't work out. Try again in 2024.
I've got 364
That's right.
days. So talk about the guidance that you all give. I know you've got some great tips for us.
So we got 3 tips to help us through those New Year's resolutions, or if you want to call them goals.
Okay.
So the one I'm going to start with is, we call it the all or nothing mindset. So you start your New Year's resolution, and of course, a lot of people start with the exercise. They say, I'm going to hit the gym every day. So that's my New Year's resolution. We're going to go all in. I'm going to hit the gym every day, and we're just going to shed the pounds. And 9 chances out of 10, you don't hit the gym every day. And sometimes you can't hit the gym every day.
Sure.
We have busy lives. And so that's the all or nothing mindset. And to think about it, don't do all or nothing. Start small. If you're not getting a whole lot of exercise right now, start with 2 15-minute walks a week. Do a little bit here and there, and then work up to maybe 30-minute walks. I know in our diabetes prevention program, we aim for the participants to do 150 minutes of exercise a week. That's 30 minutes a day for 5 days.
Okay.
30 minutes a day doesn't seem like much, but if you're not doing any exercise, that can be a lot to start off with.
Sure, and it'll start to make those little differences.
Yes, baby steps.
Baby steps.
To walking.
And even the all or nothing with exercise, you decide, I'm going to hit the gym, then you overdo it.
Absolutely.
And then you hurt.
Yes.
And then you get a negative feedback.
So many people think, I'm going to hit the gym now. Well, then you're stretching all those muscles that haven't been stretched for a while, and then you're thinking, I am sore. Nope, no thank you.
What was I thinking?
Right.
So all or nothing, baby steps instead.
Absolutely.
Okay, tip number 2.
All right, so all or nothing was for exercise. This one's more for our mental health and well-being. Okay. So we call this one habit stacking. So you think about this one, usually to create a habit, a lot of people say it takes 21 days, 3 weeks, something like that to start a habit. It doesn't take long to break a habit, but it takes a lot to start a habit because it's something that you're not used to doing. So for those routines, think about something like reading. Some people say, like, I want to start reading in the new year.
Sure.
I want to read this whole list of books for 2023. A lot of people have their 2023 reading challenge, So think about reading and habit stacking. A lot of people in the morning, they need their cup of coffee to kick it off, right? Some people have to have that cup of coffee before they begin their day.
Nobody we know.
Mine's over there. So you think about habit stacking, you want to take that habit that you want to start, stack it with something that you're already doing, and then you're more likely to continue to do it. Okay. So if you got to have that cup of coffee in the morning, take your book with you. Drink that cup of coffee while you're reading your book.
So again, instead of negative association, you're creating that positive association.
Think about why we floss when we brush our teeth. You stack the habit of flossing with brushing your teeth.
So that cup of coffee, that cup of tea, and that's also a moment to get your day started as well. Okay, so habit stacking, that association, things you're already doing with something you want to start and introduce. Yep. Love it. Okay, number 3.
Yes, number 3. So this one goes for like our nutrition and wellness. So this is thinking about adding in, not taking out.
Celebration, not deprivation.
That's right.
Okay.
So think about Mama's home cooking. Comfort foods. We love mashed potatoes. We love mac and cheese. I'm sure we've had ham over Christmas. So you think about adding in not taking out.
Okay.
Think about like your vegetables, your healthier foods. You know, a lot of people are thinking in the year, all right, we're going to cut out all the sugars, we're going to cut out all the carbs, we're going to be healthy now. And it doesn't happen. It still tends to find its way in, you know, and I'm a meat and potatoes type of person, you know. So I think, all right, we need to add a green to this plate. So we tend to add a vegetable to it, you know. And if you think about it, you don't necessarily have to add it to the plate. You can even add it to the food itself. So if you're making that homemade mac and cheese, throw in some spinach to it, you know, add something a little green, a little healthy. Spinach, you never tend to taste it once it's added in.
Right.
So you get some of the vitamin K, you get the nutrients, but not the taste necessarily of it.
And you know, and it's sort of the tricks we use with our kids.
Absolutely.
If I can throw in some green peas,
yes.
we're sneaking them in, but we're doing the same thing with ourselves.
Yes, so my kids love smoothies. I have a 7 and 3-year-old, and picky right now, of course. So we love strawberry banana smoothies, sure do. Hate spinach, hate carrots for the most part, peas, you know, those green ones. But if you throw them in a smoothie, out of sight, out of mind.
And you know, that awesome strawberry banana sort of
covers everything, yeah.
Gotcha. Really smart. So works on our kiddos, we'll work on ourselves.
Absolutely.
Add in, not take away.
For sure.
All right. So we want to not necessarily jump all in, that all or nothing.
Yeah. Baby steps.
Baby steps. Then we want to habit stack.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Habit stack. I love that idea so much.
Start something new with something you're already doing.
I love that so much. And then last but not least, sort of add in.
Yes.
Add in, sneak in.
Yeah. And you can start, you know, after you add in and stuff, and you can start to slowly take away, but don't think you just have to X everything out to begin with. Add in the healthy stuff.
You know, when the minute you say no coffee,
right,
no chocolate,
you feel the withdrawal before you even get there.
No, the panic sets in. The panic sets in. You all do such wonderful classes and offer so many wonderful resources at the health department. And what a great way to get us started for 23. Matt, how do we know more? How can we learn more? And how can we reach out to your team?
Absolutely. So the health department is here to help, from our clinic services, environmental health. Our community relations team is here with programs to offer as well. So even with these New Year's resolutions and goals, we're offering Healthy for Life that runs all year long. It's a virtual program that we do. It's through the American Heart Association. There's series that we do quarterly, and then each month is a new topic. Now, we do it over Zoom, so there's 2 programs a month. It's the same one, you just have 2 different times to attend. So it gives you some options there, and it's a new topic in each one of those. So we have it the first Tuesday at 1 p.m. or the third Wednesday at noon.
Okay.
So those are the 2 times you can attend. You can view all the information on our website. It's at www.onslowcountync.gov/health. And then we have a nutrition and wellness tab. Healthy for Life is right under that. So that's where everybody can find the information. Of course, you can follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn, Onslow County Health Department. And you can always call us too, 910-347-2154.
Well, Matt, we are so grateful for your time today, helping us kick off 2023. Very manageable tips.
Absolutely.
And always a tremendous resource. We are so grateful.
Thank you. Good to see you again.
Welcome back to Onslow County Today, and joining us now is Brandy Quinn. Brandy, it's good to see you again.
It's good to see you as well.
You know, when last we visited, we talked a lot about preventative care, especially screenings for breast cancer. And now you come to us today, and we're going to talk about another really important self-care, sort of mindset of things we need to do for ourselves to keep ourselves happy and healthy for our family, and that's screenings for cervical cancer. Tell us a little bit about what we see when we talk about cervical cancer in women and who it impacts and the importance of screenings.
Okay, cervical cancer is the 4th leading cause of cancer in women globally, and the 7th leading cause of cancer in women in North Carolina.
In North Carolina, just in our state?
Just in our state.
This is the 7th?
Yes. The way to prevent cervical cancer is early detection. Early detection is through getting your annual checkup or a pap smear.
Okay.
Those start at age 21 and go to age 65.
Now, and this is an annual. Do you recommend annually having this exam?
It is annually if you have problems, but it's every 3 to 5 years.
Okay, every 3 to 5 years. But if there's any indication or family history or things of that nature?
If you have family history or high risk factors such as smokers, have had numerous partners, or a weakened immune system, then we recommend that you have those annually.
Annually. And unlike other cancers, reproductive associated cancers like uterine or ovarian, which sometimes mask or hide, if you will, cervical cancer is something very easily detected.
It is. During these pap smears that we get, we look for abnormal cells. We also look for the human papilloma virus. The HPV virus is a virus that can be prevented with a vaccination.
And that's, when we talk about that, our whole lives we've talked about how do we prevent cancer? Is it lifestyle? Is it, and this is one case, a situation where a vaccination prevents the virus that causes the cancer.
That's correct.
Now, at our Onslow County Health Department, you all provide and assist with these services. Talk about that.
Yes, we provide family planning or adult health. So the difference between that is people of reproductive years can get their pap smear through the family planning program. Adult health program provides pap smears for women who have had their tubal ligation or possibly a hysterectomy. You can have a hysterectomy without having your cervix removed.
Right,
You know,
right.
just parts of your reproductive system removed. In addition, we would also provide same-day immunizations. So anyone between the ages of 9 and 26 are able to get that Gardasil vaccination, which will prevent against HPV.
So one, you provide the vaccination.
Yes, ma'am.
For both males and females.
That's correct.
Okay, and then in terms of the screenings, now you all are not, we always want to stress that the health department is not a health care provider. It's not like going to your doctor, but this is slightly different. This is slightly different in this case.
Is considered preventative care.
Preventative care.
And that's what Onslow County Health Department does. We keep the healthy people healthy.
When we think about this kind of knowledge, this understanding that the HPV virus causes cervical cancer, the fact that we now have Gardasil, we now have the vaccination, and we have these screenings, talk about the difference that early detection makes in the lives of women when they go for those regular screenings.
Oh, it can make the difference between life and death. When I was first, as a mother, when I was first educated on the Gardasil, even being a nurse, when I was educated on the Gardasil, I was not given the appropriate information. I thought, well, this is giving my child permission to be sexually active.
Right, right.
What this is giving is my child permission to not receive cancer from 9 of these strains of the human papilloma virus. So the earlier the vaccination is given, the more effective it is. We can receive it up to age 26, but why would we not want our children to have it to prevent, even if they were abstinent and waited till marriage? You can carry the virus in your body.
And it sort of lingers.
Forever.
It lingers there, and you may not be symptomatic, but it may be there. And just saying that, just the idea that why wouldn't I want to prevent cancer in my child is sort of earth-shattering, right?
Yeah.
It's sort of to your core there. But also then, as you are 21 and older, the fact that you want to remain healthy and ultimately, live this long life, that annual exam makes a tremendous difference.
Yes, an hour out of your time can save your life and increase the length of time.
Well, if folks are interested, if we have viewers who would like to know more about either the vaccination or the screenings that are offered for care, how can we best reach you, Brandy?
You can call by telephone, make an appointment at 910-347-2154.
Okay.
Or you can come to the health department at 612 College Street.
And you know, some folks might not be familiar, that's in downtown Jacksonville.
That is.
And this beautiful building that sort of just rises up there on the corner. What a beautiful facility to be able to work in. I think that you all have a great building there, and for our citizens, what a great place to offer services.
Yes, it's a wonderful place to work, and we love our clients.
Now, as we begin the new year, and we talked earlier with Matt Mano from the health department about, you know, making decisions. Self-care is a decision we all make. It's a choice we all make, and one of the things we can do is schedule that screening.
Yes.
Well, Brandy, thank you for being here. Thank you for encouraging us all to take better care of ourselves and to be there for the citizens of Onslow County. Welcome back to Onslow County Today, and we are so happy to have Erin Mortensen with us from the Onslow County Public Library. Erin, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here again.
So we visited over the Christmas holiday, talking about things that were going on, fun things like the Grinch came to the library, and there were all kinds of cool things going on. But it's a new year.
Yes.
A new day. We've all probably got cool devices for Christmas, or maybe we got a new stack of books, all kinds of great things. And our library has kicking off the year with some cool programs. What's going on?
Well, so one of our big programs that we really want to talk about is our Human Trafficking 101 program. So this is an adult program. It's completely virtual, and it's happening on the 26th. It's a partnership with the Bridge International, which is led by their two founders, Danielle Cara and Kathy Nunez, and they have 14 years of experience in anti-human trafficking. So they're going to talk us through kind of what it is, how to spread awareness, and how to support, you know, victims and survivors of human trafficking.
Yeah, we are the eyes, right? And sometimes things might be happening right in front of us, and so this will really give us some insight to that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really informational, and it's spreading the word about, you know, something that's very important to be aware of, not only to help others, but to protect yourselves from the signs of people who, you know, might be following you around Target or, you know, whatever the case may be. So.
And it's, you know, when sometimes you're just living your daily life, and maybe you're not always aware of your surroundings.
Right.
And it's also great information that we as adults can then impart to our family, our younger family members, to make them self-aware.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's going to end up being a great program.
Fantastic. Well,
Yes.
thank you for bringing that to our community. And then you have some other things on tap as well.
Yes, so all of our libraries have quite a few events going on as usual. Our Jacksonville library has two big events happening in January. The first one is our family program. It's a bad art night. So,
Is there such a thing as bad art?
you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Right. Absolutely. So bad art night, for those of us who have never colored inside the lines, this is for us.
Yes, it's for everyone, and you can make art as a family. It can be as good or as terrible as you want it to be. It's a really fun program just to kind of create together.
Awesome. Fantastic. So bad art.
Bad art, disaster
art.
piece.
But it'll be beautiful on the wall. Anyway.
Yes.
And what else?
We have a team program. It's called Adulting 101.
Okay.
Yes, so this is going to be great for our teens. It's all these how-to skills to help them, you know, kind of become great adults. And our January theme is going to be self-care.
Very good. Because, you know, our teens feel that same anxiety. It doesn't always manifest itself in the same way.
Right.
So teaching them now.
Yeah, both mentally and physical, like mental and physical self-care.
All right, so Adulting 101.
Yes.
Okay, what next?
In our Richlands branch, we have Art and More. That's for kids.
Yeah, that's a fun day.
Yes. So it's a great way for kids to explore different mediums and techniques and kind of develop their own artistic talent. So that's going to be for K through 5 age group.
All right.
Yes.
Always a lot of fun, and like you say, it's finding what way of creativity speaks to you.
Yes.
All right, and
Then we have an event that's actually happening at 2 libraries.
Okay.
It is a teen event for ages 13 to 18. It's called Roll Your Roll. And this is our Dungeons and Dragons game night.
Oh,
yes,
this
it's
has
back.
to be Miss Jess from Sneed's Ferry, who loves
Yes.
D&D. That's awesome.
Yes, so it's really fun. We've hosted it before. Everyone had a great time, so we're doing it again, and it's going to be at Richlands and another one at Sneed's Ferry.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So roll your roll. Mm-hmm. Okay. Whether you're a knight or a wizard or
A mage, all these different
all these
things.
cool things.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. We also want to talk about not just the programs that you all are offering and are in-house or virtual, but you also have some digital resources. And we know, Miss Kathleen at Public Services is doing some really cool things with folks who are not even, necessarily very device oriented and just teaching people how to use those cool things that you all have.
Yes, that sounds a lot like our Digital Learn class, which they
Right.
can definitely teach you how to use some of our apps and resources, as well as to use your own technology.
And then you all have like Hoopla and
Yeah.
cool digital resources.
Yes. So Hoopla is awesome because it's a 24/7 digital library, basically.
Yeah.
You have ebooks, books, movies, magazines, like whatever you can imagine, it's probably on there. And through our library, it's totally free to you. You get 5 instant borrows, which means you want to rent a book that's in the collection, you can instantly have access to it.
That is, and it has a fun name. Right?
Hoopla.
Hoopla. All right. And what other digital resources did you want to share with us today?
Another really cool resource we have is called NC Live.
Yes.
And that is, we're basically part of a consortium of 200 plus libraries and other academic institutions. And so there's access to basically any resource you can kind of imagine, all free to you. And so there's, professional development, SAT, ACT prep, language learning, magazines, articles, everything. And all of that is accessible through your library card.
We tend to think, here we are at Senior Services today with traditional kind of shelves and books. And our Onslow County Public Library system through NC Cardinal and has access to a wealth. I mean, it's almost incalculable how much you all offer to us.
Yes.
Right.
We are primarily, obviously, like a brick and mortar institution. We love having our patrons come in, but we work so hard to bring so many digital resources that are things maybe we can't provide in-house, so we can source it out, and we really hope people can take advantage of all of those.
Well, I think it's meeting your patrons where they are, whether they're at home or on vacation, or if they want to come in and roll with their roll, right?
Roll your roll.
Roll your roll. All of those things you all provide.
Yes.
From age zero up.
Forever.
0 and up. What a great way to start the new year.
Yeah.
New fun activities. Maybe start that new bestseller. This is the time, kickoff. We were talking with the health department about setting goals. Well, set a goal for how many books or how many pages you want to read this year. So, or try something, learn something new. Even bad art, right?
Even bad art.
Even bad art. Erin, if we want to know more about what the library is offering in the coming weeks and months, how's the best way to find you all?
Our website always has a list of our events on it, as well as access to all of our digital resources. So you can always start there. We constantly are posting on our social media pages, and you're welcome to call us for information if you'd like.
Fantastic. Well, Erin, thank you so much for bringing these great topics to us, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thanks for having me.
Welcome back to Onslow County Today. And joining us now is Sarah Ware with Cooperative Extension, our Onslow County branch here. Sarah, you walked in with a stack of papers.
Yes, I did.
But Cooperative Extension never stops. Y'all are the busiest folks I know, and you've got something for every age. And as we sort of end Christmas, and I know you all had a wonderful time helping support Elder Cheer, and you had a great time with your wreath sales for your 4-H kiddos, but you didn't slow down. You're like, we have to get ready for the new year. And so we want to talk about all of those cool things, new things to learn in the new year. So first thing is, we're going to plant some seeds.
Sure.
How are we going to start from seeds?
So we have Emily Morrison, our horticulture agent.
Yes.
And she is teaching a virtual class called Seed Starting.
Okay.
It's on January 20th at 10 a.m. and it's free. So you're just going to call the office to register. You can go on our social media pages and find the way to register that way.
You know, every gardener I know loves the winter because it's when their seed catalogs come in and they start looking at all the cool things that they want to plan for the spring. So this is perfect timing, right?
Yes.
Perfect timing. So we're going to start from seed. We're going to do some seed starting. What else are we doing?
We also have Marie Bowman, our local foods agent, and she has the Onslow County Beekeeping Association. They are doing a 4-session class.
Okay.
For beekeeping and all of the ins and outs for that.
And getting started, you know, honeybees are life. And they are what it's all about and what it means to, but it's not just saying I want a hive, right? And so Marie and those awesome beekeepers with the Beekeeping Association are going to tell us how to do this safely and smartly and keep our bees happy and healthy as well. Mm-hmm. All right.
So that is $70 for all materials. It's a 1-year membership for county and state.
Fantastic.
So that's great too.
All righty. And then what do we got coming up next?
We have Melissa Huffman, our row crops and livestock agent, and she has her winter commodity meeting. This is free to the farmers, and it is on January 17th.
Okay.
You call the office and sign up.
Very good. And then Sarah, maybe you've got some things going on too?
I do.
So
I
all
do
of your
have some
colleagues,
things.
as I understand, as you prepared to come over here, said, hey, talk about me, talk about me. And then you're like, wait a minute, I have some stuff to do too.
Right, I'm here. So I am teaching Take Control right here in the Senior Center.
All right.
It is an 8-week program for the seniors. It's about chronic disease prevention, but I will give you some taste tests. We get to eat. Okay. I might have some giveaways for you when you come.
All right.
It's a free class.
Awesome.
I have a flyer, and it's 8 weeks, so it starts in January and ends, I think, the first week of March.
Okay.
So it ties in reading food labels and how to shop, you know, smart and healthy at the grocery store. A little bit of exercise in there. It encompasses it all.
Take control.
Yes.
Take control. Well, Sarah, always, we want to point out that Cooperative Extension has a new location. So for folks who are looking to participate in your programs, how can they best find you all?
So we are at the Government Center. Yes. We're on the first floor, Suite 108.
Okay.
We have all of these classes are taking places possibly at different locations.
All
so
right.
It's best to call and confirm all of those locations.
Okay.
I do know the last class that I will be offering is a canning class, and that's 3 classes on Saturday in January.
Okay.
And those should take place at the Government Center as well in their beautiful kitchen.
It's gorgeous. And just all of these resources, new information, you know, Cooperative Extension is all about, you know, gaining knowledge through education and the resources that you all have to offer. And what a better thing to do than learn something new in the new year. If folks, again, best way to reach you all, best telephone number, and of course we're going to always direct folks to your website and to your socials.
Right. So our telephone number is 910-455-5873. It has not changed.
All right. Just a little change in location, just sort of around the corner, if you will, and new offices, new opportunities, and new things to learn.
Yes.
Sarah, thank you as always for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We wish you a happy new year.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Onslow County Today. And as we kick off a new year and say, you know, have the holidays a little bit behind us, what a perfect time to be grateful and to say thank you for the gifts of the previous year. And we've got Carrie Sanders here, our Director of DSS, to do just that. Carrie, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You know, we're grateful all year long for the services that you and your team at DSS provide for our families, from our child protective services to our foster families, to our adoptive families, right up to our seniors. but this time of year is your turn to say thank you, because you've had a pretty spectacular holiday season.
Oh, we absolutely have. I can't tell you how amazing our community has really stepped up and helped those in need in our community. We hosted our foster children's Christmas party in the early part of December. And I tell you what, it is the most amazing party that we put on for the children in our custody and for their foster families and relative providers. So there is a group of individuals in our community who have really just stepped up and taken on our foster children as kind of their special project. They do a Be the Light campaign every year where they do Amazon lists for children in our care, and they ensure that every child in our custody gets multiple gifts. And it is such a blessing. They decorate the hall where we have the party and just go above and beyond with everything that they do, from the gifts that they provide to the decorations to the entertainment. It is truly a blessing to our children.
You know, none of us ever want to think about a child doing without, and that they bring those moments of joy and happiness. What a blessing, as you said.
Oh, absolutely. You know, the holidays can be a difficult time for children and for our elders in our community that don't have a lot of support.
Right.
And really the party that they help us host is the light in the children's faces says it all. I mean, it is amazing. And not only this group of individuals who help us put that on, we get donations from different groups. We get donations from businesses in our community to help provide the food. There's just so much community support for our foster children, and we just want to say thank you, because it is amazing.
Well, Carrie, thank you for what you all do and your team does, and then the fact that there's this swell of support from the community and the Be the Light campaign. How it's the season. It is the season. So
it is.
And then, in addition, you have your elder chair program that, you know, it's just something that has always been near and dear, and we've talked about it for so many years. Again, another wonderful, a lot of Santa's helpers out there.
Absolutely. We actually hosted an elder chair event this year. So we rented a space for several of our adult care homes in our community to bring some of their residents, and we had Mrs. Claus and Santa there, and they all received gift baskets from all the wonderful donations of individuals from our community. So we were able to provide over 200 gift baskets for our elderly residents in nursing and adult care homes that don't have family and don't have a lot of support. And really the only way we were able to do that was with the help of our community.
That is phenomenal.
It really is.
You know, what is the adage? If you need to feel better, do something for somebody else.
Yes, and our citizens have really stepped up last year to help those in need. We also got donations through our department of turkey and ham dinners from different community groups, and we were able to really spread the love throughout our community with the help of our community, and for that we couldn't be more thankful.
Well, Carrie, I am so grateful, as I said, for you all, but the fact that you have it in your heart to come and say thank you to everyone. No one ever does anything because they expect a thank you note, right? They do it because they have that within them. But thank you for taking the time to share your gratitude. And I know all those kids and those elders who had that beautiful celebration are grateful as well.
Well, thank you, and thank you to our community.
As always, we are so grateful that you've joined us for Onslow County Today, and a very special thank you to all of our guests who brought messages of motivation, inspiration, and celebration as we start the new year. 2023 is here, and we are so glad that you've joined us, and we look forward to what the new year will hold for all of us. For Onslow County Today, I'm Lisa Whitman-Grice. Happy New Year.